Hey everyone, welcome back to Shaman Talk with Tegan. So it's been a while since I've made a new video. Like I said in my last one, I want to make sure when I make these I'm in the right headspace and I'm not feeling kind of cramped for time or feel like, oh shoot, it's almost Wednesday, I need to get a new video out and just make a random one. So I want to make sure I'm doing this when I'm called to and then I'm putting my full effort, I guess, into it. Because I'm going to start offering something new soon, I want to make a short video about it. And it's called Crystal Dreaming. I've referenced it in other videos before, but now I'm getting to the point where probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to actually start offering these sessions to people. So Crystal Dreaming is not part of my shamanism lineage, so to speak. So it's not necessarily, it wasn't a part of my training, but it is like an extension of shamanism. It does a lot of the same things that like illuminations and soul retrievals do when I do those for people, but just in a different way. So it's kind of its own separate entity, but plugs right in with my shamanism and everything like that. So I'm going to talk just a little bit about it. Just like the illuminations, though, I don't want to go into great detail just because everyone's session and everyone's time while they do this is so different. It literally is all over the map with what people experience. So I'm going to give some general ideas of what to expect, I guess. So if you're someone who's curious about it or wants to get a session, you at least kind of have an idea what you're getting into. So one thing about the crystal dreaming, though, is you have to do it in person. So unlike the illuminations and I do tarot card readings, those can be done over the phone to the same extent as if we were in person. The crystal dreaming, though, we do have to do in person because you lay in this crystal mandala that I have created. Well, I didn't come up with the mandala, but I have collected the crystals on my own and kind of pick and choose like which ones I wanted. And that's part of the reason it kind of took so long, because I was like, I'm not going to buy the like kit you can get. I'm going to pick out my own crystals, and there's a lot of them. So a session starts with you coming in. We talk about why you're here. So similar to an illumination, you might come to me because you have an irrational fear. Some people come and get sessions because they're having nightmares or night terrors, or they have reoccurring dreams that they don't understand. It's like, oh, I've been having them since I was a kid and I don't know what it is. Some people do it because they just feel like something's missing or something's off. And like I said, a lot of these have to do correlate with illuminations, where someone feels like something is not right, or this person, for me personally, one time it was someone specific kept showing up in my dreams, kept showing up randomly in my life, where it was just like, whoa, hard to ignore. And it was like, what is happening? Like, this is so odd. And this person and I didn't have like a deep relationship or anything, but there they were, and then there they were again. And it's just, I had to figure out what that was. And I did that through crystal dreaming. So a wide variety of reasons why people do it. Or if you're someone, even if you're an addict or you have that type of personality, you can go into a crystal dreaming mode and figure out where that stems from and potentially end that. So crystal dreaming, as well as illuminations and soul retrievals, but the crystal dreaming is very powerful. Now, the main difference between an illumination with a soul retrieval and a crystal dreaming session, besides the basics I just said with the crystals and not doing it in person, when I do a soul retrieval on someone, I break karmic contracts, but I do it for the person, and then I put that energy back into them. And if you're like, what the hell's a soul retrieval? Go back and watch my other video. But that's the big difference. Crystal dreaming, similar idea. We're usually breaking some kind of karmic contract with someone or something, or a past life, or a current thing happening in your life. But you are on the journey with me. So I bring you into an altered state, and then you're the one who, and again, it's different for everyone. Some people physically see things. Some people just get feelings and emotions. Some people, they can hear like talking that's, no one's in the room talking to us. So everyone experiences the whole session differently. But the main idea is we're going in, we're breaking contracts, we're forgiving people that need to be forgiven, or we're, mutually forgiving each other, and again, this is on the heavier side of the crystal dreaming, but it is potential that what comes forward has something to do with an attachment, possession, aliens. And again, I know these are like trigger words that some people will be like, oh, that's ridiculous and not real, but it is absolutely real. And that's from what I've seen so far with the sessions that I've done, or like when I was training for this, watching, when people go into that state and they see things that they can't explain or that they don't believe in, it's always like they go quiet. And you're like, it's okay, tell me what you're seeing or what you're sensing. And they're like, I can't believe I'm gonna say it, but I think there's a UFO, or I think there's aliens. And I'm like, it's okay, like, go with your gut. Like, yep, these things are real and prevalent and need to be cleared. The energy needs to be cleared. And so that's another reason, if you're someone who truly thinks that they've been abducted, or that there's a ghost, or even if you think there's a demon that's been following you around or attached to you, come to me. We're either going to do crystal dreaming, or I can detach and do those things through the illumination process as well. It's just slightly different. So it's more in that situation, if you know something's not right, it's more like, okay, do you want to know? Do you literally want to know everything that's going on? Some people do. I'm the person who'd rather know everything and be able to figure it out. But some people are like, I don't want to know, just get rid of it and be done with it. Then we'll do more of an illumination detachment situation. So crystal dreaming has this potential to literally alter your life, and for the better, but you have to be able to face these things. Or if you're maybe it has nothing to do with spirits or aliens or anything like that. Maybe it's just a past life that is coming back around because you didn't achieve what you set out to in that life. Or maybe you and a person had this karmic contract. So I also made a video about soulmates versus twin flames versus karmic relationships. And it can be hard to discern which one you're in with someone, whether it's a friendship or family or, a personal relationship. So going into the crystal dreaming state, you can find out if you need to, like if something doesn't feel right, or this relationship that you're in is just so tumultuous that you don't understand where you went wrong, or this person's wrong, or whatever. We go in and we figure out, and usually that's when you know, like, ooh, this is karmic. Something happened in a past life. Unfortunately, a lot of times it's like, oh, this person murdered you in a past life, or this person tried to poison you, and now, it can be really crazy. But again, every session is different. The things that come forward are different, and it can be very emotional. And again, like I said, you have to be able to face these things and be able to take it for what it is, because sometimes people have a hard time understanding what is happening. I know one of my sessions, I could not believe what was going on, and I couldn't articulate it. And the person who was teaching me how to do it kept saying, just say it, get it out there. And it was one of my past lives, and it was just like, holy crap. I couldn't at first acknowledge what was going on and what I was seeing and sensing. So you have to be able to really just face possible, even death. Sometimes you re-experience a death in a past life. And I don't want to scare people, but I also want to prepare people, because I've done many of these sessions on myself and practiced on people, or watched one being done. And sometimes you literally are laying there and you're like, oh, I'm dying. Now, are you actually physically, literally dying? No, but you're experiencing a death from a past life. But again, all these things pile on top of each other into your energy and into your being, and you got to clear them out. And if you don't do it in this lifetime, that's okay. You don't believe or don't want to believe, that's fine, but it has to happen at some point. If you want to get off this wheel of reincarnation, you got to do it at some point. Got to do the clearing, got to do the introspection. And, you don't have to do it through crystal dreaming, of course, but I'm just out here offering ways to heal besides the standard ones that you hear about in society, So if you're interested in crystal dreaming or have more questions, I can totally understand that. I'm going to end the video here, though. So like I said, I don't want to lead people into thinking like, oh, this is what has to be done. This is what every crystal dreaming session is like, because they're all different. All illuminations are different. The things that come up, very different. So if you have questions, let me know. My email is on here. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook and message me there. That name is Tarot with Tegan, Tarot. And yeah, just message me if you want a session or just have a question or anything like that. I'm just trying to open the door for everyone, even if you just want to have a random discussion about something. You're like, oh shit, nobody else believes me that I was possibly abducted by aliens, but this person sounds like they'll believe me, and you'd be right. And I'll listen to your story. If that's all you need, then that's all you need. That's fine. So think hard about your life. Let's try and be introspective and think about where we can do better for ourselves. That's kind of where it starts. You can come to me and we can do sessions, but if you can't face what's going on inside like at all, or can't acknowledge like, hey, I have this pattern, this bad pattern, bad habit, whatever it is, then these sessions are going to do nothing for you. You got to start inside and looking at yourself. And as a lot of people say, they go, oh, I don't want to do that. And I get it. Sometimes they're just joking around, but I feel like that's very true in a lot of cases, in which case, no judgment. It's fine, but has to be done at some point, everyone. So may as well start now. You can do it.